So when I first came to Ajna, I had this very terrifying image that I was actually visiting a psychotherapist, and somehow I had suffered from depression quite a few years ago, and I knew the whole process of pills and being to a regular psychiatrist, and how I was just given pills for 3 years. And so when I came to Ajna, I was very resistant at first because it was just so unknown. I was referred to by my friend, and as I started speaking to Ritu about the issue, we entered into a very different space. It was as if she was guiding me through a very safe process, the process of biofeedback. I realized how numb I had become to my own body. And so as the session progressed, the first session, the second session, I realized that no, this is really not an invasive process at all. It is me who is figuring out my own choices. And what she kept insisting was, Ekta, homework is a necessary package. It's a necessary. Your cells do take 21 days to realize that something is changed, and you need to enforce it in your body. Because after a few days, I just realized that this was not popping pills. It was actually giving me a sense of invigoration. Somewhere I had started seeing my old self come back, the vibrant, bubbly, invigorated kind of person whom I had suppressed due to fear of being judged, to buy approval. I was not ready to look at myself and who I had become and who I truly was. So after that, when the sessions progressed, somehow there was a training lined up as well with Ajna, and I approached Ritu and I said I would love to do the training. I know that the sessions have really helped me a lot, yet I would love to do the training. The day I walked into the training, I really did not know what I was walking into. It was not the conventional classroom that I was used to. It was a very open space, and as Ritu mentions that this is a satsang where every person sitting next to me, in front of me, was there to find out what was happening inside them and why was I accepting all these challenges. And I was holding on to them because maybe it was a sense of security and a fear of lack, or just so much. And it first pointed out to why was my resistance, that I was feeling threatened that the very identity that I had become was now under a microscope. And Ritu is quite relentless. She really made me dig deep into myself and ask my question that what do I really want. And the workshop was just, it was so systematic, organized. It was almost like it's a new birth. And every person, including me, when we left the session after the workshop after 12 days, had an amazing feeling of being delighted. The heaviness, the pain in my body, the subconscious actions that I was doing to manipulate my actions, everything was in the open. I just couldn't be my old self again. And every time that I come to Ajna, and every time Ritu takes a training for 12 days, I still continue being in touch with her. She's a very close friend of mine. I always learn something in this space. It's almost that even if there is a little residue left inside me which I have not seen yet, I allow myself to be in this change, because what I really see is all this work that happens inside me, and it's almost like so many light bulbs are just kind of हिंदी में कहते हैं बहुत सारी बत्तियाँ जल रही हैं, और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैं इन्हें चेरिश करूँ. It's almost like it's a new birth and I want to cherish everything that I learn. And yet I find that's where the homework comes into picture. The homework comes in picture when I will slip again, I will fall again, and I need to really be very aware of taking care of this little child that is growing inside me. And that's the space that Ajna keeps providing. And I cannot thank Ritu enough for the work that she's sharing at Ajna. And I would really, if I would catch hold of every person and say, hey, do you really want to change? They would say yes. And do you really want to change? Are you ready to do the work? And that's scary. And I see myself there. And now I know that no, change is good. Keeping the change can be hard, yet consistency, homework is what really does it for me. So if you're ever willing to give yourself the permission to see what is going on inside, and something in you is really dying to have that new feeling of lightness, then you are welcome to come to Ajna. It's a safe space. The process of biofeedback is actually talking to your body and finding out what the body wants to talk to you through precision muscle testing. We test the emotions out, and it's a space where I'm never judged. I am never judged, and that's what I like. And every person walking in that door is ready to take that step. So if you're in that space, I know that Ritu welcomes you to that space, and I help her, and so do all my friends who come to Ajna. Every time the course happens, we see each other grow and flower every time we walk in here. So you are invited, and yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.